Have you experienced, have you really experienced about, saying some shit to somebody and then later you feel like shit, I shouldn't have said that shit. You know, like you have this feeling. Now that is self-awareness. What is up, everybody? This is Vishak here, and I'm the founder of Power Dynamics. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how do you become self-aware in a 5-step process. So I want you to grab your pens and papers, take a lot of notes, and start executing it. So in these 5 steps, the first step is all about you. That means you need to take a good look at yourself, not in the mirror, but take a look inwardly. Okay. So this exercise is actually called as introspection, but I'm not going to make you do any tests and things like that, okay, because that's on an advanced level, and it's all about understanding about yourself on a psychic level. If you wanted, you can do that, but right now we are going to stick with the basics, and I don't want to make it too complicated for you. Okay, so basically this exercise you need to perform in such a way that you're going to write down everything that you know about yourself. Okay, so your strength, your weakness, and things like that. So right now we'll just stick to the basics. So in that, what you're going to do is you're going to write down your likes and dislikes. I'm not talking about, you like this food, you like traveling, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what are the things that you like about you and what are the things that you don't like about you. Okay, so you have a picture of yourself in your mind. You have an image. It's called a self-image. So it's not a clear understanding, but then you have a vague understanding as to who you are. And in that, what are the things that you like about you? I'm being generous, I'm very compassionate, I like giving to people, I'm understanding, I'm not very rude, it goes on like that. The things that you like about yourself. On the other hand, what are the things that you don't like about yourself? So this particular exercise could take from 5 minutes and it could go up to hours, like 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours. I want you to be very raw and very real when you're writing this, okay? It's not just about, writing it because you don't want to have any. I don't want you to be writing down with any judgments. Okay, so keep your mind empty and just write down everything about yourself, that the things that you like and the things that you don't like. Now you have a clear picture. Now comes the second step, asking for feedback. Okay, now this can get a little tricky, and I'll tell you how. You need to pick people. When I say people, get 2 to 3 people. Okay, 1 from your friend circle, 1 from your colleague circle, 1 from your family circle. Okay, so 2 to 3 people. And these people should not be very, very close to you. The thing is, if they're really close to you, out of affection, out of love, they will not tell you the truth because they don't want to intentionally hurt you. They don't want to, it's a deliberate thinking. Like if you ask me, like if I love you so much, and if you ask me, tell me the things, I would not tell you the things that I don't like about you because it might hurt you and shit like that. So out of that love and things like that, it might not, the words that come out of their mouth might not necessarily have a true reflection of what they're really thinking. So in that case, pick people who you really trust, but not very, very close to you. Okay. So in that case, just say that, I want you to tell me all the things that you like about me, and I want you to tell me the things that you don't like about me. But the only thing is, like, no judgment. That's okay. You can be raw, be very real, but don't ever think that from this particular thing, our relationship is not gonna, it's gonna be affected. Don't even think that. I'm gonna double down on our relationship because you're telling me the truth, and this is some of the improvement that I can do in myself. Okay, now when they are telling it to you, or if they're finding it really hard to tell, ask them to write it in a piece of paper. Okay, again, not necessarily it has to be true, because when you get it right, then be like, okay, I'm not agree with this, or I might agree with this. You see what I'm saying? Now you have a compilation of list. You got 2 pages of paper and 2 papers. You got a lot of things to work on. Now you have a clear understanding as to what you need to focus on. Yes. So based on this, consolidate this list, and you have 2 categories, and this might collide with each other. Sometimes some things might be contradictory. I like to work so much. My wife doesn't like me working so much, right? So you're getting it. This could be contradictory, and that is where you need to develop your principles. Principles are nothing but the values that you live by. You need to have a code that you stand by. I stand by it. So for me, if you ask me personally, right? For me, my values are family, health, and business. When I say business, yeah, business, career, it all comes together. Okay. When I say relationship, it is about the family, friends, social, all of that together. And on the top, it comes the health. So health meaning my body, my physique, healthy, health, all of that together. So this is how my values are. So everyday basis, this is what I think about. This is what I live by. So this is my code. There's nothing more and there is nothing less. Sometimes I could add more in the future, but at the moment, this is what I stand by. So I have formed this based on my strength, my weakness, my likes, my dislikes, what people like about me, what people don't like about me, my character, my attributes, my traits. With all of these things, I have made this, and these are my principles. These are something that I live by on an everyday basis. And at any circumstances, and under no circumstances, I'm going to compromise on all of these three things. I'm going to give my life to my family or the business. I'm willing to die. I'm ready to die to all of these things. And that is why I put the health, because I want to take care of my health at any cost so that the other two things are taken care of. Are you getting it? I want you to come up with your principles. And I'll tell you why I'm stressing so much on the principles. Because principles is one thing that is going to strengthen your character. Okay? So you need to have a strong character. And for that, you need to have something that you value. Some principles, some code that you live by. Which brings me to the fourth one, your discipline. Form a self-discipline. When you form a self-discipline, right, the forming part requires a lot of mindfulness. Okay? Because you're doing every activity with a purpose. Why are you doing those activities? Because it is falling into the discipline. Why are you forming that discipline? It's because you stand by your principles. And this is how I want you to take this in your mind. To form the discipline, what I want you to do is have few goals, okay? Not just some vague goals, someday I want to be somebody. It's not like that. You have to be very concrete and have goals. When I say goals, don't just have one goal. Have multiple goals, and then you're working on all of these things. Not at one time, but on several times. First, okay, this month, I'm going to stick to my habits. I'm going to take care of my habits. Once these 30 days is completed or 60 days is completed, then I'm going to be working on my health. For the next 30 days or for the next 90 days, I'm not going to be eating any junk, okay? And then comes your alcohol, and then comes your strengthening of relationship with your friends, you know, and so on and so forth. So when you take up these challenges, not just thinking about the challenges, but also what are you doing? You're accomplishing it. So be the person who finish it up. Don't just start. Don't just give up, because anybody can do these too. Anybody can start, and everybody are starting everything every day. And most people are most definitely giving up at some point in their life. Be the person who finish shit up. Okay? That's how you become strong, mentally and physically. Discipline will get you anywhere you want. Okay? And to do all of these things, and if you want to put more mind to it, that's where the last one is coming into play. Meditation. This world is a chaos. And I don't mean that in a negative way. This is the place of opportunity, and you can get anything that you want from this world. But the problem is, it is set up for failure. Why? Because the moment you start listening to your emotions, you fall. Every damn time. You listen to your emotion, you fall. You listen to your emotion, you fall. That is why I'm saying that. I keep saying it all the time. Never decide when you're happy. Never decide when you are angry. Never make any decisions when you're frustrated. Don't do all of that. To be more contained, to be more centered, you've got to do the meditation. So with all the hustle and bustle that's going on, with all the noise and distraction that's going on, with all the chaos and mess that's going on in this world, and you are being torn apart on an every single day basis without even your consciousness. And for that, you have to think through very clearly. And you need to be aware of your thoughts. You need to be aware of your words. You need to be aware of your actions. It's not just about, asking, why am I doing this? Why did I do this? It's not just about that. Before even you could do this, you just be more mindful about, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? Should I decide or shouldn't I decide? Should I eat or shouldn't I eat? Being more aware of yourself, every action. This is how you bring in self-awareness. So there is one more thing that's more effective than meditation. Okay? And it's a secret that I don't usually say it outside. But now in this video, I want to give it to you. Okay? You ready? You ready? What I want you to do is, I might piss you off, but that's okay. Click on the subscribe button. And that's one thing that can bring you really good amount of self-awareness. Okay, enough of bullshitting. click on subscribe. I hope you got the value. Take a lot of notes. Make sure you execute. It's not just about watching the video. Make sure you take a lot of notes and execute. I'll see you on the next video. Keep killing it. Peace.